Tibet.
Stop the torture.
In Tibet.
Stop the torture.
In Tibet.
Stop the genocide.
In Tibet.
Stop the genocide.
In Tibet.
Stop the killing.
In Tibet.
Stop the killing.
In Tibet.
Human rights.
In Tibet.
Human rights.
In Tibet. Dalai Lama. In Tibet. In Tibet. Stop the murder. In Tibet. Stop the torture. In Tibet. Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama. China out of Tibet now. China out of Tibet now.
Allow the media in Tibet. Allow the media
In Tibet.
Allow the media
In Tibet.
Allow the media
In Tibet.
Tibet belongs to murder.
In Tibet.
Human rights in the media.
In Tibet.
Human rights
In Tibet.
Human rights.
In Tibet.
Tibet belongs to Tibet. China lies.
Tibetans lie.
Shame on Chinese government.
Shame on Chinese government.
Not allow the media rights.
In Tibet.
Shame on Chinese government.
Shame on Chinese government.
나 Sherab Lhanyitsang 링진다 숨바 숨베 체주니 만족 회기 숨주 두대 땡 죽주라지래 디링니 모딜라 왜 낭놀라 숨주 두대 땅 추이요 말해 만족 회기 만족이 별라 라왕요 말해 이기 체도 만족 디링 숨주 두대디 만족 창말로 Yami Shungla, Gembo Chine, Tujinang Gonishuki. Hello everyone, I am Sherab Lhanyitsang. Today marks the 61st Uprising Day. March 10, 1959 was the first uprising day that happened in Tibet. Tens of thousands of Tibetans went to protest in the streets of Lhasa. They were taking a stand against China's illegal invasion of their homeland. But right now, because of the Chinese government and the Chinese authorities, Tibetan people aren't allowed to fight for their rights. They can't fight to keep their culture or their language alive. In America, while we're enjoying our freedom, Larungar and Jangchup are being destroyed. They are two of Tibet's biggest monasteries that are being crushed by the Chinese government. Look at all the political prisoners being put into jail. There are more than 700 political prisoners in Tibet. Dashi Wangchuk. He was sentenced in jail for 5 years because he wanted to say the Tibetan language. Yedun Choki Nyima, aka the Pension Lama. In 1995, Yedun Choki Nyima, a 6-year-old boy, was given the title of the Pension Lama by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. 3 days later, the Chinese officials kidnapped the Pension Lama and his family. And to this day, we still have not seen the Pension Lama. He is the world's youngest political prisoner. Up to now, there are over 150 Tibetans that have self-immolated themselves. Tibetans do this because of the extreme oppression they are facing under China's rule. Tibetans' beliefs and language are being suppressed, and the ecosystem of Tibetan's plateau is being destroyed. So everyone that came here today to protest, I just want to say thank you once again, because we can give hope to those who are in Tibet. For me, March 10th is a day that all of us can become voices for the voiceless. We can prove to the Chinese government that they can never get rid of Tibetans. They will see that the more that they try, the more we will fight back. Let us fight for our people in Tibet. Let us fight for our home. Thank you and Tujinang.
Act sida. Chim chasar. Tibet Policy Act sida. Sangma chim sad ta kunchi. Nyama do Namulingi lochus niya la kunchi ari shong di shego orda tharu sominde che mare. Namulingi chapsi bet jog yasar. Andu thezele orda andu sangma langor. He nanglo langune semchu chombo chini kunchi dam. Omo mirat ang orda ra. Te pestamba kyo orda di. Taro andu chilo bet chilo lanzu inji minji. 숨도 두대 조금 말해. 이마 딱 봐. 요새라도 가르치야 있는도와 폰 다야 있네. 속배기 대고다 이벤트 줄래야 있네 이네. 치료라 살락바 딱 봐. 보스턴 비주얼 기딜 두야 있네. 인지 민지 직 치고를 안 주기. 하버드 패스트 안 주다 귤레 상마 안 주. 컨그레스맨 다 세네터 기 레구로 두고. 요새 얘나 꽃이 인지 민지 한 남도 패로나. 이 망아 요나 뱃 야가 돌아 혼자 안 저기 숙제 두고 안 저기 니네주디라 아니, 예큐스티 인지식 표시당으로. Thank you everyone for coming today. This is March 10th, 2020, marks the 61st anniversary of the Tibetan National Uprising Day. 61 years ago in Tibet, thousands and thousands of Tibetans rose up. And they only had a few slogans back then. And one of the slogans was China out of Tibet. It was clear, even 61 years ago, that the Tibetan people inside Tibet did not want the Chinese in our country. It was clear that we did not want to hand over His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Thousands of Tibetans rose up for the safety of our revered leader. The Tibetan spirit inside Tibet has not died. It has only grown. It has never been stronger. If you look at what's happening in the past few years, especially after the uprisings in 2008, over 155 Tibetans inside Tibet have self-immolated. I need you guys to understand what that even feels like. We sometimes complain about our paper cut. Over 155 Tibetans poured gasoline on their body, drank gasoline, and lit themselves on fire while screaming, "Return of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama to Tibet," and freedom and independence for Tibet. So it's not just on March 10th that we have to stand up. We have to stand up every single day, whether that's in the form of advocacy, whether that's in the form of activism, whether that's in the form of just telling people of Tibet, this is our opportunity. The world governments are not scared of the Chinese government like they used to be. It is clear with the passing of the Reciprocal Access Act, the Tibet Support Policy Act that just got passed in the House of Representatives. It is clear that the governments are not scared of China anymore. We need to build a multilateral platform. And what that means is we need to lobby all the governments. Because if one government goes against China, it is a very difficult journey. We need to make sure every single government in the world, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as many as we can, lobby as much as possible and build a multilateral platform to engage China, to combat China and their draconian policies. It's been 61 years since Tibet has lost its freedom. But I personally think that the Tibetan people have never been stronger, inside and outside. So on behalf of the Tibetan Association of Boston, I'd like to thank everybody for coming here today. Despite the fears of the coronavirus, despite the fact that it's a weekday, I noticed a lot of students here, a lot of youth, a lot of the older generation. They can stay home if they wanted to, but I noticed them here. They were here since noon. We marched around the Boston Commons, and I'm so happy to see all of you guys participating in this. Pegalo! Pegalo! China out of Tibet now! China out of Tibet now! Human rights! Human rights! Human rights! China, China, China! China, China, China! When? When? Shame on the Chinese government! Shame on Chinese government! Shame on China! Shame on China! Shame on Xi Jinping! Shame on Xi Jinping! Shame on Xi Jinping! Shame on Xi Jinping! Human rights! In Tibet! Human rights! In Tibet! Peggy Dakbu! Tibet belongs to! Tibet belongs to! Human rights! In Tibet! Long live! Long live! Release the Panchen Lama now! Release the Panchen Lama now! Release Dashi Wangchuk now! Release Dashi Wangchuk now! Release the Panchen Lama now! Release the Panchen Lama now! Release Dashi Wangchuk now! Release Dashi Wangchuk now! China out of Tibet now! China out of Tibet now! China out of Hong Kong now! China out of Hong Kong now! China out of Taiwan now! China out of Taiwan now! Shame on Xi Jinping! Shame on Xi Jinping! Shame on China! Shame on China! Shame on China! Shame on China! I said shame on China! Shame on China! Shame on Xi Jinping! Shame on Xi Jinping! Shame on the Chinese government! Shame on Chinese government! Shame on Xi Jinping! Shame on Xi Jinping! Free Tibet! Free Free Tibet!
Free Tibet! Free out of Tibet now!
China out of Taiwan now!
China out of Taiwan now!
Stop the killing!
In Tibet!
Stop the murder!
In Tibet!
Stop the torture!
In Tibet!
Stop genocide!
In Tibet!
Stop genocide!
In Tibet!
Free Tibet, save Tibet!
Free Tibet! Save Tibet!
Free Tibet, save Tibet!
Free Tibet! Save Tibet!
Free Tibet, save Tibet!
Free Tibet! Save Tibet!
China, China, China!
Gia chế mê ma wu đô sơ đa ta mi ki Tìm đa ya la la yu Gia chế mê ma wu đô sơ đa ta mi ki Tìm đa ya la la yu Chế mê